taking its time to reset up. I mean, the stream's down, so I know there's no point apologising. Um, that is a bastard. Well, when I've got the stream back, do you mind just sharing it back on
No problem.
thingy? I'm joining back currently. The stream should be up now.
Let me see. Not that one. Must be this one. Yeah, I see it. Alright.
Oh, I do apologise, Tier 2, but we are back. Minor lag out there from me, but we are back underway. Ghost, why don't you inform us of what's happened?
Well, Crozer has DNF'd from the session. There was a big crash in the midfield. Rick and both Ferraris had to pit for new front wings. As Bumblebee's now going round the outside of Harry Bix, down the inside, sorry, up to turn 1, as Bumblebee and Harry Bix have been having a battle since the start of the race, but they've really dropped back to the top 2 as a result. Pommy Alex and Emiliano also having a battle. They're side by side through turn 2. But it's Harry Bix and Bumblebee still on the back of each other. James McCroe's having a look as well, but he does have a penalty, as things are still going strong here in Tier 2. A lot of battles going on, and Pommy Alex does lose out to Emiliano, who's driving really well so far. Very well done from the Mexican. But one wing down in 8th, Hartman just behind him in 9th, QB up to P10 as a result of all the pit stops. But yeah, Bumblebee, Harry Bix and James McCroe is the battle, but there's a battle for the lead as well between Ollie Oliver and LB. LB's not using any battery. Ollie Oliver's using a lot of it to keep him behind, so good mind games being played from LB here as he comes round the corner up to turns 15 and 16 as Ollie Oliver goes a bit deep. So LB will be looking to perhaps make the move, or maybe he's looking to just work with the Haas for now and just extend the gap to Bumblebee. But yeah, he hasn't been looking very eager to make a move, but now he's using battery, so maybe he's going to make a move into turn 1 now as Bumblebee sets the fastest lap. So yeah, maybe that's a warning to LB to hurry up, as here he comes with the DRS down the inside of Ollie Oliver. Can he make the move? Round they go, a tiny bit of contact. Ollie Oliver's forced down the escape road, and he keeps the position as a result, but they're still side by side. LB just behind him. Tinoz and Rick having their own battle at the back, as Emiliano and Pommy Alex swapping positions yet again round turn 2, but Ollie Oliver has kept the place for now. RJ sets the fastest lap on his fresh mediums, but yeah, we're still going here. Pommy Alex up to P6 and nearly goes into the back of James McCroe, as, oh, okay, James McCroe is lagging a bit, I guess, but KTFO's set the fastest lap in the McLaren after a dismal start, but he is still in the race.
Emiliano really driving well. He's in the position to really have a good race today, as he's on the He's the leading medium tyre runner. So this could be a good result for Emiliano if all things go exactly to plan.
Yeah, James McCroe going around the outside of Harry Bix now. He's shipping another position in the McLaren, but James McCroe's gone well wide. And
hits the wall a little bit there, I think, as well.
Uh-oh.
Doesn't manage to get damage, I don't think, but I think I did see him clip the wall.
Oh, as Harry Bix has gone round.
Oh!
It's a spin at turn 16. It's so easy to do, but he's down into P7 now. One wing. Can one wing take advantage of this and get past the McLaren into turn 17? No, he can't, so just behind. But yeah, disaster for Harry Bix. He's probably going to have to come into the pits next lap, because those tyres are going to be smoking at the moment. As Emiliano back on Pommy Alex again, is going down the inside into turn 1. This is great stuff from Emiliano. Down he goes, and it's very committed, but too committed deep, as he goes down the escape road, and Pommy Alex has got the opportunity to get back at him, but no such luck for the Mercedes driver, as Emiliano takes P5 for now. What a drive he's putting on at the moment.
Yeah, it's using the Fernando Alonso tactics to make up some positions, but Very good drive so far from Emiliano. I think he's really going to be really going to be looking to get a decent result. He's not had the best results here in Tier 2, but persistence has been paying off for him as he's been getting slowly better and better and better. And that's what we want to see drivers doing in APPF1. We want to see people come in and say, oh, well, I'm not that great at racing, but I'll give it a go. And then you come in and you give it a go. Is it Emiliano's giving it a go on James McCrow, and he's going to go round the outside of the chicane. He's going to get the position before the corner. What a move from Emiliano.
That medium start is looking like a fantastic strategy from Emiliano. He's up into P4 already, taking advantage of the crashes and also been just really fast. And he's usually a sort of midfield driver, but he is well at the front. It's KTFO's retired. Oh, no.
And it's a safety car. That's a full course caution. That's really going to throw Emiliano's plans up into the air. But is that going to bring Harry Bix and Hartman back into contention, I wonder, as the cars will have to slow down for the safety car? But it looks like they've overtaken the safety car, actually, so they're going to have to follow the Delta.
Yeah.
But yeah, it looks like VK spun at turn 8 by the looks of things. That was a very easy place to do it.
It's bit of a disaster for the medium tyre runners. So that's one wing, Emiliano. They're all going to have to make they've got a decision to make here, for sure. But all the soft tyre runners are going to get a free pit stop. Can the mediums go to the end from here? I don't think
No,
so.
I wouldn't think they'd get to the end from here. I wouldn't blame Emiliano if he wanted to stay on the medium tyres. I think that some of the soft runners might go on the hard tyre. It would be something I'd be thinking about at this point. I'm not sure fresh mediums could go to the end, depending on who you are, I suppose. I mean, depending on tyre wear. And Emiliano gets himself 3 seconds under the safety car.
Wow.
That is tragic.
But he's still going well, and I'm interested to see what the top 3 do here. Are they going to come in or not? It's could be some championship implications here if they make the wrong decision.
I'm on board with Ollie Oliver, and it looks like he's going to come in. Is that LB staying out? No, he makes the decision to come in just at the last minute. So we will see what these guys go on to.
Emiliano is staying out, so he is going to lead the Russian Grand Prix.
Emiliano coming in during the first season of Tier 2, and he's leading a Grand Prix, even though it's under safety car. Well done, Emiliano. What an improvement from him. As Madman's going for a set of softs, so it's going to be a 2-stop for Ollie Oliver. LB and Bumblebee going for the medium tyres, so that is very interesting. A lot of people, everyone opting for the medium tyres. Nobody opting for the hards like I thought, other than Tinos, but he put those on a couple laps before the safety car came out. Very interesting. Ollie Oliver committing to that 2-stop then. I wonder if the likes of LB or Bumblebee are going to try perhaps a 1-stop here. More interestingly is Pommy Alex has got himself up ahead of Bumblebee in the pit lane.
Oh wow. Yeah, I wish we could see the tyre percentages so we could make an estimate on whether the mediums can get to the end. But,
yeah, that would be a cool little graphic.
But yeah, so Emiliano is going to lead the way. One wing in P2 for now, so they're the 2 that have stayed out after starting on the mediums, so we'll have to see if that works out for them. But Madman's just behind on the softs, and of course we've got all the others behind him on fresh mediums, so yeah, it's going to be a tricky one for strategy. I'm not really sure what everyone's going to be going for here. So QB getting himself a 3-second time penalty. That's unfortunate.
Those are some very avoidable mistakes under safety car. But I suppose sometimes it just happens, I suppose.
Yeah, so seeing Pommy Alex up in front of Bumblebee is going to be music to Madman Ollie Oliver's ears. He's currently got a 9-point deficit to Bumblebee. So he's going to be looking to perhaps cut that in half as it stands. Well, not quite in half, but nearly.
Well, One Wing is stayed out as well. He's in P2 on the medium tyre. He might try and even hold up Ollie Oliver, LB, and Pommy Alex. His teammate can make some moves.
Yeah, it's gonna be tough, but very, very interesting race. Now that the safety cars come out, it's really thrown a spanner in the works for some of these driver strategies. But Madman, the only one going on a markedly different strategy from everyone else, as Rick comes back into the pits again. So obviously he's decided maybe sticking it out on the softs isn't the best idea. So I wonder what tyre he's going to go on. Is it going to be hards or mediums for the Ferrari?
Let's see, it's looking like the yellow walled medium tyre for car number 50. So he's coming out on nose. We are going to get racing this lap, I think, as Rick will only have a couple corners to catch up. And he's close enough anyways. Yeah, to be honest, Rick, I don't know what happened at the start either, because my internet decided it was going to check out. It clearly isn't a fan of the Russian Grand Prix. Same as Azerbaijan. I remember Tier 1 where my internet decided it was going to cut out on a race where MX and I could have got a 1-2.
Your internet has good opinions on tracks.
Yeah, it really does, doesn't it? It's really in with the meta of tracks at the minute. Emiliano really using all the road he can to warm up those tyres there at the moment. Now, this would be, I think, his first time leading a Grand Prix, especially on after safety cars. Props to Emiliano. He really has improved over the time he's been with us. And it's like I was saying before, it's really nice to see drivers coming in who maybe aren't as fast as they were, well, as fast as some of our top guys, and slowly but surely start getting themselves up in the mix and fighting for wins and top fives and podiums.
Yeah, this is indeed the first time Emiliano has ever led a race in APPF.
And the safety car is in this lap, as I said then, so Emiliano becomes the effective safety car. He's going to be weaving and backing up the field as much as he dares to try and catch out as many of them. He's got some hungry drivers behind him looking to try and make up some positions. He's got Ollie Oliver to contend with on those softs. Can he get away and get in front of the two medium runners ahead? We'll have to wait and see. Can LB or Pommy Alex challenge for the lead coming into these laps?
Oh, has he?
Not quite. He's still going.
He's gone now.
He's gone now. There he goes. He catches One Wing sleeping at the moment as he pulls out a little bit of a gap. He runs a little bit wide onto the corner, but he's going to come through the last turn now to cross the line. Oh, a little bit of a wide go runs him. Messes him up there, but that is Ollie Oliver on the attack. He's right on the back of One Ring as he's going to peel to the inside, is he? Yes, not quite. He's not quite going to have the drive to go on it. He's got the speed, but Ollie Oliver breaks very late to try to catch out One Ring, and he does that. One Ring gets himself a penalty, and he gets Emiliano in the space of 2 corners. What a start from Ollie Oliver there, but he is on that soft tyre, so if Emiliano and the others can just stay with him, those tyres will fall off eventually. Anything else going down in the field? We've got Pommy Alex trying to size up a move on One Wing. One Wing has lost out 2 places on the start of this safety car restart.
LB's looking to get past Emiliano as soon as he can. He knows that Madman is going to extend that gap on those fresh softs, so he needs to get past the Williams in order to catch back up to it. And of course, LB was racing right with Madman for the whole first stint. As here he comes now, he's using the battery down around the outside, of Emiliano as they come up towards the next corner. One Wing's looking to get involved as well, but he can't quite do it. Emiliano left the space, and a good overtake from LB there.
Oh, a great overtake. It's not easy to get a clean overtake through there, but LB's managed to pull it off. There's a great little bit of racing there through turn 12 and 13. Oh, is that 10 on? Rick really down at the back there. He's not really had the restart he would have wanted. Pommy Alex really going for it today. He's right up there in contention. And it could be where the gap starts to fall to Bumblebee a little bit. But we'll have to wait and see.
Yeah, Pommy Alex can't quite get the drive on one wing up to turn one, so he's going to have to sit behind. But Bumblebee's looking to clear the Mercedes and perhaps do his teammates some favours, or perhaps the other way around. I think one wing's doing Bumblebee some favours by keeping Pommy Alex behind.
Yeah, Pommy Alex is really getting held up by this Alfa Romeo. And Bumblebee looking really maybe a little bit frustrated trying to get past him. He was really looking for some moves that maybe weren't there down into turn two.
Emiliano a little bit wide there, but he's still going. He's still only got 3 seconds, so fingers crossed it stays like that. There's one wing trying to stick with him, but Emiliano's got some really good pace around this track. He's doing really well as Pommy Alex now looking to attack one wing, but one wing using all of his battery to keep the Mercedes behind for now.
Yeah, these Alfa Romeos really working well together at the moment for that Mercedes. Is that Pommy Alex on the attack? No, not quite. He's looking for that move on one wing. One wing is on slightly older tyres by about 7 laps.
Sorry, a bit of a mistake from Pommy Alex. Oh, sorry, Bumblebee nearly sent one to the inside of turn 17. That would have been interesting.
DRS enabled now. The charge is really going to come on for a lot of these drivers now. It is going to be a train, though. Everyone aboard the Emiliano train.
Emiliano's vulnerable. And one wing straight through.
And looks like Bumblebee's going through on Pommy Alex as well. They're going to go side by side. Pommy Alex is going to stick it round the outside. Is he going to get the move done? No, they're going to continue to go side by side. And James McCrow now gets involved in this as well. As what's happened to Pommy Alex? Though he's still there. They're going side by side. The Alfa Romeo's the big winners here. But side by side for the Mercedes and the Alfa Tauri. And Pommy Alex losing 2 positions in 4 corners.
Yeah, he's lost out big time there. That's very unfortunate for the Australian. But he's still with this this pack, so it's definitely all aboard the one-wing train right now. As LB and Madman sort of speed off into the distance, Madman looking to extend that gap, but maybe those softs are starting to go already because that gap to LB is remaining quite static at the moment. As Emiliano goes extremely wide, and now that's going to leave the door open for Bumblebee perhaps, because he's going to have a lot of overspeed as they come up to the next corner at the end of this DRS straight. Is Bumblebee going to send one? Emiliano is going to send one on one wing. And he goes very
deep. He's going to, that move's going to have cost him. He's lost 2 positions there.
Yeah.
Maybe even 3 as James McCrow now looks around the outside of the second chicane. He's going to go all the way around the outside. They're going to keep going side by side. Emiliano sticks it out, but defends the position. So he manages to control a little bit of damage.
Pommy Alex now. Around the outside of James McCrow, forced off the track. Can he stick it around the outside?
He's been pushed right into the wall.
I think we're going to be seeing that one in the stewards later.
Yeah, I think so as well. That was a big crash. That was a huge crash, yeah. I think we might just see that one later in the stewards room, I think. RJ Blair already in the pits, putting on some fresh mediums. Now I think those mediums might go to the end.
Yeah, I think so.
RJ Blair must have got some damage at some point, as he looked like he might have had a wing change.
Perhaps. Yeah, maybe it's not such good news for one wing Emiliano, because they're going to have to go into the hards now. And I'm not sure how good they are around here, but Emiliano's still picking it in P5 at the moment, one wing in P3, and I wonder if this second safety car, Sumo, is going to make the ones who did go onto mediums earlier think that perhaps they can take them to the end with the fewer laps in effect.
Maybe.
The safety car means that they have to do on them.
Maybe just that. We'll have to see. This has really thrown up Madman Ollie Oliver's race a little bit. He was looking to try and pull out a gap, and it was working until that safety car came out. They're having to adhere to a delta at the minute, as obviously the safety car is waiting for the leader. But Madman Ollie Oliver, no doubt, will have to come in, and he will lose. He will go all the way to the back.
Yeah, he will. It's not a good outcome for him at all in his bid to take some points back off Bumblebee today.
No, not at all. Bumblebee will be, I'm sure he'll be laughing at that one.
Madman's in, LB stays out, one wing is in, Bumblebee stays out, Emiliano is in as well.
Interested to see what they go on. Emiliano speeding in the pit lane, not a great thing to be getting penalties James McCrow also speeding in the pit lane. So that's a contender for the podium in. So Madman onto the medium tyres, of course. Let's see what... Yeah, one wing onto hards. Emiliano onto softs. He thinks he can take him to the end. Or maybe even a two-stop for Emiliano. That's very punchy. The LB takes the lead of the race then. In the second safety car period. And let's talk a little bit about that incident, Ghost, as that was quite a strange one.
So, it looked like James McCrow tried to get past Emiliano into 15 and 16 after Emiliano's compromised exit out of 14, but he couldn't quite get the move to stick, and Emiliano managed to hold the position. But then James McCrow, as a result of that compromised line trying to get past Emiliano, Pommy Alex then came round the outside up towards turn 17, and I think caught James McCrow a bit off guard. And so they came into the corner. James McCrow broke at the normal time, but of course with the car on your outside, he couldn't quite leave the room for Pommy Alex, so Alex was forced off the track, and then they came into turn 18, and I'm not sure, maybe James McCrow thought that Alex was gone, because he just took the corner completely normally, even though Pommy Alex was still on his outside, and it's taken the Australian out of the race.
Yeah, I think it's a case of perhaps leaving room and racing in a place where isn't necessarily the best place to be running side by side, but certainly you can race there if all goes well. But we'll leave that for the stewards to decide later on this evening, and I'm sure we will see a result for that. But we're just waiting for Tinoz to get onto the back. I think we're going to go one more lap under safety car. Are we?
Yes.
Yes, yeah, it's staying out. Going internet on my phone being a bit slow at the minute. Sorry.
Look at Harry Bix and Rick, P4 and P5 after an abysmal start to this race for the both of them, with Harry Bix spinning and Rick being involved in a big collision on lap 1. They are now up both into the top 5 as a result of these safety cars, so it's really worked out for them. And it just shows, even if you have a bad start to a race, especially if it's a 50%, never give up. There's plenty of opportunities, and safety car could really suit you, and it certainly has for them too.
Indeed it has, yeah. Rick really sort of rubbing his hands together, as well as Harry Bix getting themselves way back up in contention. Perhaps some more points for McLaren on the table, we don't know. We've still got half the race distance to go. As we get ready to go racing once again. Safety car will be in this lap, I imagine. I don't see it going out any longer. Ollie Oliver not losing out as much as other people did come in. Emiliano's going to be punchy off the start, but those penalties are going to really drag him back as he goes on. That penalty for James McCrow's big as well. He was running really well, and I think he had a penalty already, so that's 8 seconds for him. Let's have a look at the penalties actually while we're here. Yeah, so 8 seconds for Emiliano, 5 for James McCrow, and 3 for QB and 1 wing. Not too many penalties. Hartmann has gained 10 positions. I didn't even realise Hartmann was well up there, but this could be a podium for the Alpine driver.
Yeah, all those who pitted early have really benefited massively from this safety car. But they've got Madman behind. He's going to be charging up the field on those fresh mediums all the way to the end of the race. So we'll have to see if he can make it. But of course, the DRS trains around here are quite powerful. So he's gonna struggle. But I mean, if anyone can send some audacious moves and get some positions, it's going to be Madman Ollie Oliver.
So here we go then. One Aston Martin safety car trades out for another Aston Martin safety car. As we go and get ready for racing, LB has got from here to the line to decide when to put them off, and when the safety car goes into the line to decide when to punch it. So he's going to be warming up the tyres, backing up the field. We'll see him go any moment now. Will he go early? Will he go late? We'll have to find out. Good place to go would maybe be just after the first corner, maybe, or maybe right now. I don't know, you really want to try and catch out the opponent, but Bumblebee's really going to be wanting to go. And I think LB, no, not quite. He's waiting. He's really waiting. Yeah, there he goes. LB has gone, and it looks like he's caught Bumblebee out just a little bit. Hartman's going to be right on the back of him, I think. I don't think he's going to get the move done. Harry Bix is coming. Oh, he's challenging at Hartman as well. He's going to look round the outside. There's a Haas going all over the road, weaving around. I'm wondering what that's about. That's Ollie Oliver perhaps not warming up his tyres enough. But Harry Bix gets himself up onto the podium positions and gets past Hartman. And Rick's going for the move now as well, is he? He's looking, he's having a look into turn 4. He's not quite going to get it done though. He's going to settle in behind, and they're going to continue to go and Constantina their way through. He's going to look up the inside into turn 5. Is he? Yes, he is. They're going to go side by side through turn 5. Rick forces the Alpine ride a little bit, but it looks like they're going to go side by side again into the next corner. Madman gets involved in this now, and he gets up the position. Hartman getting robbed off the first lap.
Madman ran the outside, surely not of this corner. Of course, there's contact there, but he's made the move. Oh my goodness me, that's so brave from the Haas driver. But he's gone wide near the next corner, and Rick takes full advantage. They're still side by side now as they come all the way down the
straight. Is it going to be 3 wide into turn 13? Not, surely not. Hartman's getting involved in this as well. He's got a little bit of sense not to get involved in this as they go side by side down to turn 13 now. Rick got the inside. Ollie Oliver on the outside, and Rick gets the position, does he? Ollie Oliver's going to get the inside again. They're going to continue to go side by side into the next chicane. The Haas driver got the inside. Rick on the outside. Surely he's got the position now. Yes, he does. He gets in front. Is this going to compromise Rick at all?
It's not. Hartman can't take advantage. Fantastic battling between those two. There was a little bit of wheel banging, but nothing audacious really. So Madman up into P4. Can he hold it? I think he can. And now he's going to be looking to chase after those top 3. So Madman making moves already all the way up.
Bumblebee making a move onto LB for the lead here. They're going side by side down into turn 2. Sorry to cut you off, guys. It's the Alpine, Aston Martin, and the Alfa Romeo going side by side. No! Harry Bix getting involved in this as well. They're going to go all the way around the corner. Oh, Madman's in the wall. Oh, that is a shame. I can't see that right now as there's a big battle for the lead going on. As Bumblebee goes a little bit wide, a little bit of contact with Harry Bix, but Harry Bix getting himself up to P2. Emiliano another 3-second time penalty. It's all kicking off here after this safety car restart. LB managing to keep the lead.
Yeah, I saw the whole thing with Rick and Madman while you were watching the leaders. Rick was having a move down the inside into turn 1, and then at the exit of turn 1 got some oversteer with Madman on his outside and just went into the Haas, and then the Haas was sent spinning round into the wall, and then Rick carried on, and they both lost a lot of places. Madman all the way down to last after looking so promising off the restart, but he's all the way down back into 12th now, and his championship bid is in jeopardy as Bumblebee is still P3 for now.
Bumblebee all over the back of the McLaren here. Really looking to gain back those positions. A little bit of a slide from him going there. As Ollie Oliver got damage. We'll have a quick look. No damage for the Haas, thankfully, but DRS has been activated. That's going to help Harry Bix defend this position down to turn 1 and 2, is it? Yes, it is. But is Bumblebee going to go on the attack? They've both got equal amounts of battery, so this could be anyone's, but Bumblebee's going to go for it, and he's going to have a look, but he's not quite going to get there. LB just sitting pretty, looking to get a go. What's going on back here? Whoa,
Emiliano down the escape road.
Emiliano all over the road.
But I don't think he took damage, at least not visible damage, but he did hit the walls. RJ now looks to get involved down the inside of Emiliano through turn 3 or 4.
The move done.
Yeah,
Madman's in the pits. He's gone onto the medium tyres. So that is his race more or less done. That is a shame. He was really looking to get some points over Bumblebee today, but it looks like it's not going to happen. Consistency has paid off for Bumblebee once again.
Yeah, he's looking for another safety car, I think, Ollie Oliver. But to be fair, that one was not really his fault. It was just an unfortunate kick of oversteer for Rick.
Wrong place, wrong time. Bumblebee having another look at the McLaren. He's going to look to the inside, but that DRS from LB really helping the McLaren keep that position. But more importantly, the McLaren has got himself a penalty, so that is going to really dampen the chances of him keeping that P2 position.
One wing with a little bit of oversteer there, and RJ pushing him practically through turn 16. Is he going to be able to to get a move done into turn 1 here, and Emiliano's going to be looking as well as Rick gets past QB at the back. Now here comes RJ. Is he going to have any move at all? No, he hasn't got enough battery really to chase after the Alpha. He's going after Hartman at the moment, but I don't think he's going to be able to make a move. No, he presses off the battery again and heads into turn 1 as Emiliano tries to get past RJ, but has to go down the escape road again. I don't know if he took damage from that. No, he didn't, but Tino's now looking to get involved as well in the Alpine. So Emiliano really struggling here, even despite being on those fresh softs. As round he comes, he gets another 3-second time penalty, as well as James McCrow down the inside of RJ, and it's going to be side by side. RJ forced wide, but he keeps the position for now.
Yeah, lots of battles going on down here. Ollie Oliver, really a shame for him to miss out on it. Rick's battling away with QB at the moment, back down in P10 and 11. And it looks like Bumblebee might be going on the attack on Harry Bix again. Is he? He's not quite close enough. Again, that DRS really coming into effect. But Harry Bix might look for a move on the Aston Martin. Will he? No, he's not going to go for it now.
James McCrow around the outside. Sorry to cut you off, of RJ Blair into the corner, and he's made the move done. Made the move stick. As round they go, but he's got a kick of oversteer into the exit of the entry of turn 15, and RJ Blair down the inside, but James McCrow's going to have the inside for turn 16, but he can't keep it round, and RJ keeps P6 for now. Emiliano nearly putting it into the wall a bit earlier, I saw. Got a big hit of oversteer, but managed to save the car, and he's just watching this battle play out.
Back on board with the leaders. Harry Bix is really, really hot on the heels of the Aston Martin. He's going to go round the outside into turn 2. Maybe this is his best shot. They're going to go side by side, no contact. Harry Bix takes the lead, but he's got that penalty, which is going to hold him back. But he's going to get him away from Bumblebee at the minute.
Emiliano gets past James McCrow as the AlphaTauri has to take to the escape road. I don't know if there was contact there, but it looks like James McCrow is... oh, okay, I thought he was missing an end plate, but he isn't. So no damage there, but Emiliano up to P7, just behind RJ Blair. Hartman still running very well in P5 with one wing just ahead. One wing, of course, with that 3-second penalty. So at the moment, Hartman in a very strong P4. I think that would be his best result of the season so far. It would by quite a long way. So yeah, those safety cars really throwing some spanners into works here. Actually, such a shame for Madman.
Just sort of looking through the grid, Tinoz has spent most of this race at the back and has really made up some positions on this safety car restart as he gets past Emiliano.
Yeah, Emiliano's taken some damage. He's lost a wing on the straight, I think, and he's nearly gone into the wall, and he's going to have to pit again. Oh, that's such a shame for the Mexican driver. He was looking so good early in this race, but yeah, all the way down now and without a front wing, back into the pits. Such a shame for him.
Well, we go back with the leaders at the minute. Then it's a 3-car train. Bumblebee, LB, and Harry Bix all coming down toward that run to turn 2. LB got quite the gap over his rivals, and there's not much action going on right now. We'll have to keep an eye on those gaps as we go. Looks like Rick and QB getting past James McCrow, who's coming to the pits. Is he going to come in for some soft tyres? Yes, he is. And a wing change as well. He has got some damage then, so that is a shame for James McCrow. Emiliano retiring from the session. That is a big shame for him. You were saying earlier how good he was doing in the race today, and well, we must have cursed him a little bit today. So we are very sorry, Emiliano. But for the most part, you've done a really good job today, and just give yourself a pat on the back.
Agreed. As Bumblebee on the back of LB, Harry Bix is trying to extend the gap, but it's so difficult when the cars behind both have DRS. Here comes Bumblebee. Is he going to have a move perhaps on LB? No, he's used overtake to begin with, but took his finger off it in the middle of the straight. So Harry Bix still in the lead, but yeah, as I said, that DRS. Really
what was it? Yellow flag in sector 3. Looks like somebody's gone off a little bit. Is that Hartman? It is. I don't think he's got any damage, but that was a little bit of a scary moment for him.
It was. He's down to P6 now, but I think he's still just about, as RJ Blair comes into the pits. He's going on for a fresh set of softs, so maybe those guys on mediums are going to have to stop again before the end. I didn't see that coming. as now Hartman's got the trouble of his teammate behind. Here comes Tinoz on his teammate round the outside. It's going to be a pretty plain sailing move into turn 1 as Hartman settles back behind. But yeah, one wing with that penalty. The Alpines are going to be looking to chase after him and perhaps get past him before the end on penalties. Because of course one wing is hard as well.
Yeah, Harry Bix is really holding on at the moment, but he's not got a lot of ERS. He's sat on around 20%, up in the high teens now, with LB with about 60% and Bumblebee with about 30. So Harry Bix is using a lot of ERS to defend against these guys who have both got DRS over him.
Yeah, Harry is... he's really come up through the field. It's been an inspired drive from the McLaren so far, but that penalty, I think, is going to end up costing him at the end unless something outrageous happens. But here comes LB. He's not going to go for a send in the end. He looked like he might do, but sticks behind.
Ollie Oliver's coming to the pits again. He's put on some fresh soft tyres. Must be going for fastest lap. Here, man, James Crow. Or maybe even hoping for a late safety car.
Does Bumblebee have damage? He's going very wide.
Sure. He must have some damage. Yeah, he's coming in. Yeah, he must have a little bit of damage that we can't quite see on that front wing. This could be huge for the championship.
It's not quite a 5-second penalty as well for speeding.
Oh, that is going to be huge for the championship. Then it's not going to bring Madman back into contention, I don't think, but it is going to drop Bumblebee a lot of points to a lot of rivals who are very close. LB, out of the top 5 drivers, is very close.
Sorry, Alfa Romeo do have a new front wing waiting for Bumblebee, so he did take damage, and he's all the way down to P7 now. QB coming in for a fresh set of softs, so I don't know if those guys are going to be able to make it to the end, because some of these guys, of course, with damage, but still a couple of drivers deciding that they're not going to make it.
That's and going interesting. On to the soft. Is RJ going to get past the Alfa Romeo? No, he's not. The Alfa Romeo is just going to get past. But this could be an interesting fight between the two teams going for that Constructors' Championship.
Good news for Madman, even though he is still all the way down in P11. I wonder if we're going to see him stop again before the end and try and get fastest lap in the last couple of laps. Because that extra point can be so valuable with the scoring system we have.
Yeah.
It's LB now down the inside of Harry Bix. There was a bit of contact there. He hit the curb. I don't know if LB took damage. It doesn't look like it. But he tried to go down the inside to turn, is that turn 13? But the turn after the DRS straight. But he couldn't quite do it, so Harry Bix retains the lead.
Yeah, that is turn 13, Ghost. I was just having a look. It looks like with penalties at the minute, 3 seconds for one ring and Harry Bix, so LB doesn't really need to fight this that much. He shouldn't really go for any moves, as I found out last night in around this circuit, actually. Lost a win during the 5 lappers against Sonic. But I was just looking at the penalty situation, and Tinoz is in line for a podium.
He is indeed. Wow. That would be one hell of a result for the man who joined us just last race in the Alpines. So yeah, great result for him if he can hold on to it.
Fastest lap for RJ.
Of course, they're all competing for a lap record as well.
Yes, that is a little mini championship going on. No points for that, but personal pride when it comes to that fastest lap. I'll keep the penalty situation up so we can carry on tracking that throughout the last 5-6 laps of this race, and we'll keep watching the racing action, as the only real battle going on at the moment is between LB and Harry Bix. But Tinoz looks like he's really putting in some laps to try and keep that gap going between himself and one ring.
Madman also sets the fastest lap, just 200ths faster than RJ's effort, so he's currently got that extra point, but can he hold it to the end, I wonder? Yeah, one wing and Tinoz, that gap I'm watching, it's still about 2.5. It's been about 2.5 for a while, so maybe can Tinoz hold on? Because one wing, of course, on those hards, so he might struggle.
He might just indeed. We'll have to keep watching that as we go on. LB continuing to just sit in the slipstream of Harry Bix. It's being very sensible not to challenge him. Harry Bix really weaving along across the track here, making a lot of moves to try and keep that position at the moment. I'm not sure it's worth defending.
Yeah, I'm not even sure if he's allowed to do that.
No,
But
I'm not sure either. You might see that in the
Bumblebee gets
steward's
another
room.
3-second time penalty as Rick now comes into the pits for a fresh set of softs. So obviously he doesn't think he can make it either. But Bumblebee now sets the fastest lap with a 32.3. That completely blows the previous efforts out of the water. So Bumblebee in line for that extra point at the moment. But of course, that penalty might cost him as RJ Blair's just behind. How many penalties does RJ Blair have?
Let's have a look. Penalties situation right now. RJ Blair, he has only got 3 seconds of penalties. Hartman,
Okay.
Bumblebee's got himself 8 seconds. 3 seconds for James McCrow, 12 for QB, and then 3 for Harry Bix and One Ring. As it looks like LB's going to go for another move on Harry Biggs. Yes, he is. He's going to go up around the outside of 12 for the inside. Really sort of elbows out of defending from Harry Biggs, who doesn't want to give this position up. He wants on-track pride. He's not going to get that position and keep that position unless LB gets himself a penalty. It would be silly of Harry Biggs to throw away his chances of P2 because that's what he's going to get at this moment.
Yeah, he really chopped off LB at turn 13 there. As he tried to go down the inside. LB is going to have another go, I think, though. He can see that flashing red light down the inside up to turn 1. This is risky. Can Harry Bix hold it? No, he can't. He has to back out this time, but LB's wide and Harry Bix back round the outside of turn 2 and 3. They're side by side as they come up towards the next corner. Can Harry Bix hold it? No, he backs out very sensibly this time and goes a bit wide in the process. So Harry Bix down to P2, and LB looking like he's going to get those honours on track for his first win in Tier 2.
Yes, this would be quite a result for LB. He's had some poor luck. He was the pole sitter, of course. I think was he pole sitter or was that somebody else?
He was
It was
pole.
Ollie Oliver. Ollie Oliver was pole sitter.
Yeah, Ollie Oliver was pole, but LB was pole. Has been pole twice this season.
Yeah, but he'll be really making up for some of those poorer results. Another battle going on at the minute is the gap between One Ring and Tinos is slowly starting to fall away from him now.
Those mediums starting to fall away. 3.1 is the gap, so One Wing at the moment holding on to that P3.
The field's very spread out at the moment. It looks like it's going to be a good haul of points for Alfa Romeo and a good haul of points for Alpine.
Yeah, indeed. Alpine currently sitting all the way down in 8th in the championship, so very much needed points haul for them as we come onto the penultimate lap. But yeah, that gap 3.2 to Tinos and One Wing, and also RJ Blair and Bumblebee. That gap is just about to trickle over 5 seconds, which is huge for the championship leader to keep that P6. He's also got fastest lap at the moment as well, so he's looking good. But Rick, of course, on fresh softs now as well. He's going to be looking to steal those honours from the Alfa Romeo driver.
I wish in the comment on the spectator
Harry Bix
screen.
gets another penalty.
Oh.
Sorry to interrupt. So One Wing, the gap is 3.8 between Harry Bix and One Wing. So Harry Bix could yet miss out on P2 if those mediums really fall off in the last lap and One Wing gets within 3 seconds.
Tinos is really, really working hard to keep that gap over One Wing. He's sort of floating around 3.1 at the minute, and if One Wing gets another penalty, that could be that could be a P3 in the bag for Tinos.
Yeah, it would be the first podium of the season for either of them, Harry Bix included. So they're both really fighting hard for it, but yeah, Harry Bix could be in danger of losing the podium here if those mediums are really starting to fall off. They're onto the fastest lap, the final lap now. One Wing now within 3 seconds of the McLaren, and also Tinos behind as well. Harry Bix could fall off the podium here.
Yeah, he could indeed. Yeah, Harry Bix really struggling now. He's gets a poor exit out of the last corner there. That's really going to eat away at this gap. So Tinos could get a podium from Harry Bix and his penalties.
It's going to be so close, and just watching those gaps, it's not as exciting as an on-track battle, but it's certainly a tense ending to this race, as Tinoz now within 3 seconds of one wing as well, so he's looking to bag not just P3 but P2 as Harry Bix continues to struggle, goes wide at turn 3 or 4 as well, so he is struggling in that McLaren. The LB is just waltzed away with the lead of the race, and Harry Bix, it's going to be so close up to the line, that gap to Tinoz and one wing.
None of the drivers have much ERS to play with either, so this is going to be very, very tight between the three of them to see who can get on the podium. Tinoz kind of falling back a little bit, but he's managing that gap fairly well through a lot of this. Come on, Tinoz, we want to see some new people on the podium, perhaps, as we come through the line. LB has just run away with this after that safety car and that little battle we had with Harry Bix. Shame for Bumblebee, he's going to lose out on some big points. This is going to bring LB a little bit closer to Tier 2 glory, but he's only got 2 more corners to navigate. Then he runs right down to turn 17. We're continuing to watch that as Tinoz at the moment is looking in for that podium, but around the last corner LB comes around and crosses the line to win the Russian Grand Prix, with Harry Bix coming along in P2, spinning out over the line, but one ring comes across as well, so it's a 0.5 as Tinoz gone around. Tinoz gets on the podium, he gets himself on the podium, the Alpine driver ousting out the Alfa Romeo and getting himself on the podium. Well done. Only his second race in Tier 2 and with APPF1, as Bumblebee gets another penalty. I think that was just the penalty he had, perhaps.
Yeah. But he did manage to keep the position from RJ in the end by 1.2 seconds. So Bumblebee keeps P6 and that fastest lap I think he got as well. But Tinoz only 0.06 of a second away from P2 as well. But very well done from Harry Bix on that last lap to push as hard as he dared and manage that gap and just about hold P2 from one wing and Tinoz, as one wing is the unfortunate one to fall off the podium in the end. But what a hard fought battle between those, just not on track but in terms of lap times at the end. Wow,
that was incredible. We had a lot of action in that race. Couple safety cars meant there was battling all over. We've had big championship implications, wow, what an incredible race as LB takes that podium. He's very much earned it today. I think all of the drivers on the podium have earned their spots there, and I think deciding driver of the day today is going to be very difficult, Ghost.
Oh, it is indeed. I think I'm gonna have to go with it's tricky. I think I have to go with LB today.
LB?
Because he managed the race very well. He was always behind drivers and he was never really sort of around the lead of the race until the end. And then as soon as he got into the lead, after a very hard fought battle with Harry Bix, who is not an easy driver to overtake at all, Harry Bix really making it difficult for LB, but he did get ahead and getting his first win in APPF1, I think my driver of the day has to go to him.
Yeah, Hartman getting official driver of the day. I think my driver of the day will go to Tinoz. We do love a comeback story, and that was a comeback drive and a half for the Italian driver. So LB, Harry Bix and Tinoz making up your podium then, with one wing, and Hartman making up the top 5 places. Well done to Alfa Romeo and Alpine. Bumblebee, RJ Blair, James LeCrow, Rick and Madman round off your top 10. QB and Emiliano round off the... QB rounds off the top P11, and Emiliano, Pomi, Alex VK and Krauser are the unfortunate drivers who managed not to make it to the end. Harry Bix on that carry certainly is for McLaren. I'm sure one race, VK, you will get some points, mate. What a race. What a race we've had. Tier 2 always seems to deliver these days. And has it changed your opinion on Russia, has it, Ghost?
In terms of spectating, yes, but I think I'm gonna have to race here again to really form my opinion on this track.
Fair enough. Well, I think we need to go and rest our voices, Ghost, because I don't know about you, but we're getting a bit of a sore throat coming on, I think.
Yeah, me too.
I could breathe a cup of tea. There's a lot of action going on in that race. That is going to be some very spicy stuff as we go into the next round, with Bumblebee not making it in the top 5.
Oh, well, what a race.
Indeed it is. Right, so next week we are going to Mexico. So that would be an interesting circuit for the drivers, quite a tough one. I think on this year's game, I've been struggling with Mexico myself for the last 2 years of Formula One. So that should be interesting. But I think I've not got much more to say. How about you guys? Anything else?
No, I think I'm all done.
Well then, that is going to do us for tonight then here at Tier 2. I hope you all have enjoyed very, very much. I will apologise once again for my internet cutting out. It just seems to like doing that when I'm doing important stuff like racing or commentating. I'll just quickly shout out Positive Perception Media Design Products one more time, our sponsor for Tier 2. Please do go over to their Instagram and check them out. I'm sure they'd appreciate all the support you guys give them. Even if it is only the few people from the community who do watch these streams. And also do go check out the rest of the APPF1 crowd and our fellow commentator Zach Sweeney, as those guys do put out some cool videos of themselves racing and or commentating. But anyway, that is going to do us for tonight. I have been Sumo.
I've been Ghost.
And we will see you again next week when we take to Mexico City and go for another race at Tier 2. Goodbye for now.